Hey, what's up? This is D'Amico with Slay Edge Media, and I wanted to talk to you about the Audi A3, S3. So I think to myself, if I could go back in the past and tell myself a few things about this vehicle after a couple years of ownership, then these are the things I would tell myself. I'm gonna start with the bad stuff, so then we can end on a good note, right? One thing, these cars come with some parts that are like made in plastic. And the reason why that can be a downside for this vehicle, predominantly in the engine bay, is because due to their turbocharged nature, they produce a lot of heat. This is why I recommend the liquid moly oil, because it helps with friction reduction, heat, and all that other stuff. Perfect for these kind of engines. A lot of the plastic parts can wear out quicker, so they need to be replaced at their actual interval. Basically, the service overall on it, then you start getting leaks. I'm not gonna act like that's the only thing that's wrong with it, because these vehicles also have some parts that are prone to failure. Across the internet, these things commonly get leaks. Parts go out. And the water pump on these, those go out too. Another thing, I wish I had known this, but if you're a DIY kind of person, if you're used to Chevy or Japanese cars, be prepared to get like a whole new slew of tools. Be prepared to get some triple squares. Be prepared to get all the T's, the T26, T25, just get all of them if you plan to be doing any kind of DIY stuff. Because just removing little clips and parts on the fender and stuff, removing panels underneath to do your oil change, gotta have the T. Also, to do the oil change, this is where the oil filter's at. You're gonna need to get a socket for that size. I forget the exact size, but just know you're gonna have to buy one. Understand that these cars, they can do a lot. They're highly tunable, and you get a lot for what you're getting, you know? There's a lot of precision in these vehicles. There's a lot of compression. It's really tight and wound up really tight. So it's like all the specs need to be tight. It needs to be precise, because the way it drives is precise. I remember when I was younger, I told my dad I wanted to get a Cadillac Eldorado, like a 1999. And he told me, he was like, son, I'll tell you like this, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And it's the same thing with these kind of cars. You think you can have a highly tunable 4-cylinder turbocharged dual clutch quattro car, sporty, fun to drive, and not have to pay the cost to have all that precision? You know, think about it. There's a reason why Porsches and Lamborghinis and Audis have high maintenance, because there's a lot of precision. You're paying for precision. Honda Accord, not necessarily. So with something like this, the tolerance for differentiation between parts, they need to be the same. No tolerance for BS. So yes, parts need to be tightened, replaced. I mean, for what you're getting, I say it's kind of worth it. Now, I kind of wrap the good into the bad, but basically the good is you get the Quattro, and it does actually, you do actually feel it. You know, I feel it a lot on like turns and stuff. Like if you're making like a real quick turn, you can feel it, like it kind of grabs pretty good. You know, it's not like the craziest four-wheel drive R8 Quattro, you know, or Porsche all-wheel drive or something like that. But for what you're getting, you know, for the price, one of these vehicles, I'd say you're getting a pretty good deal, you know. Highly tunable engine. There's a huge aftermarket, so you're gonna have no problem being able to find parts for this vehicle. Aftermarket, even off-brand, if you're into that kind of thing, you can find everything. You can find name brand, top brand, custom brands, off-brand Chinese brands. There's a huge aftermarket for these vehicles because a lot of people like them. And another thing is, yeah, it's hard working on some of the stuff when you're trying to figure things out or you're just learning. It might get a little frustrating sometimes, but if you just stay on it, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can get this stuff done. You just have to learn the ins and outs. It's not the typical Chevy Silverado or Honda Civic, you know. It's different. It's a different breed of vehicle, so it acts a little bit different. Hope this was useful for you. Like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.